championship game. Oh, that guy in the gray hoodie looks familiar, huh, Stephen A? Back to the NFL. The Chiefs, exactly, are continuing their quest to three-peat after beating the Texans 23-14. Patrick Mahomes capped the night off with a highlight touchdown pass to Travis Kelce while moving to 7-0 in the divisional round. But questionable penalty calls also helped doom the Texans, and they spoke on that post-game.
We knew going into this game, man, it was us versus everybody. Right? When I say everybody, it's everybody, all the whatever. Everybody, the naysayers, the doubt, right? Everybody.
Everybody know how it is playing up here. You can never leave it into the refs' hands, but I mean the whole world see, man, like what it is.
We knew it was gonna be us against the refs going into this game.
All right, we always hear that in boxing. Never leave it in the hands of the judges, right?
No.
Finish the fight. S.A., do you feel like the Texans have a legit gripe that Mahomes and the Chiefs get all the calls?
Respectfully, I do feel they have a case. That wasn't the targeted hit on Patrick Mahomes. Come on, man.
He went down late anyway.
Football, and he went down late and what have you. That was a ridiculous call against Will Anderson. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, here's where the controversy comes in. And it's uncomfortable, but we're going to say it. This first take here. You know, we're going to bring up the popularity of Patrick Mahomes because of his greatness. We're going to bring up the fact that he has box office appeal. We're going to bring up the fact that Taylor Swift, being a Chiefs fan, you understand, and the lady for Travis Kelce, don't hurt. We're going to bring all of that up. Now, that's not to say the officials go out there and are intentionally doing this stuff, but it ain't like an audience for the opposition especially doesn't have a reason to look at some of those things and say, what the hell is going on here? And if you're D'Amico Ryans, you can't say that. If you're one of the players, you can't say that. But ain't nobody finding me for it. Ain't nobody finding y'all for it. I don't know. But I know that had no business being called against Will Anderson.
No,
I know
agree.
there were several calls that were against the Houston Texans that were highly questionable. And what the Kansas City Chiefs have to respect is that there are people that's going to look at that and say, why is that? Why is that? Because there is Patrick Mahomes fatigue at this point. Because in spite of his greatness, we've seen him look greater, as y'all have both pointed out. And there's certain things that's just getting in the way that's helping the Kansas City Chiefs. Ain't no denying that.
Yeah, I don't think that. But this is what they have been instructed. When in doubt, if somebody hit that quarterback, throw the flag.
Okay.
We'll deal with it later. And we had the same thing with Tom Brady. He gets the call, and he does get the call. They're going to give the better quarterbacks the call. Cam been in that fit. They didn't give you those calls. They didn't give you those calls. I'm sorry, Cam. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They didn't give him
calls, and they didn't protect him either.
Hell no. But Tom Brady got calls. And we remember in that championship game against Kansas City, Chris Jones hit Tom Brady on the shoulder pass, and they said he hit him in the head, and he didn't come anywhere near his head. That shouldn't have been a call on Will Anderson. But those two calls, when they have that call in the game, are we really saying, how about protect your quarterback? Your quarterback did get sacked 8 times. Yep. You went for it on 4th and 10, Cam, and you get a sack and you end up at midfield. Right. I get it. Yeah, there have been some calls, but they've also been calls that they were justified. People keep talking about that the Cincinnati call.
Right.
The guy went over the guy's back. It was a penalty.
Right.
In the Super Bowl, Bradford IV said, yes, I tugged him. He was getting away from me. I tugged him. Okay. And even though he said that, the fans like, nah, that wasn't no foul. Right. Yes, some of the calls that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are getting, fans are getting tired of Kansas City winning year in and year out. That's what that is.
Right. Well, when you hear a stat that fewer penalties in the last 10 of 11 games, that's a little alarming.
Okay.
Well, you also see Kansas City penalty yards, 319 yards versus the opponent penalty yards, 541 yards. That's a little alarming. These are not just penalties here. These are difference makers of outcomes of the games. It's happening on 3rd down. This is a personal foul that
kept the ball alive, kept a drive alive.
That's keeping an already good team another opportunity. And just to say it, when you have conversations with people off camera, the NFL already rigged, let them tell it.
Yes.
Taylor Swift, they keep showing more Taylor Swift than anybody else.
Yes.
Then you got Caitlin Clark with Taylor Swift, and that's even more of a monument. It's like, yo, does the NFL really need Kansas City? Is it good business in that point? But when you see it from that lens, obviously DeMeco Ryans is furious. Obviously the Texans is furious. But when you look at it, it's not just penalties. These are really coming down to deciding factors of an actual game.
And not only that, it was 13-12 at the time.
Yeah.
Right.
13-12 at the time. And then it doesn't help that it's clearly the wrong call. Troy Aikman goes berserk. Oh, come on. I mean, he's a runner. I could not disagree with that one more. He barely gets hit. This is Troy Aikman, a 3-time Super Bowl champion, who has at the quarterback position. He says that. What does the NFL come out and do? The officials made the right call. No, they didn't. It was not the right call. And everybody knows it wasn't the right call. And that's where it becomes a bit problematic.
On the quarterback, I'm telling you, they've been told when in doubt, throw the flag. I'm going to tell you another team that they had fewer penalties than their opponents. The New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Is it a surprise that they won like they won? Because they don't beat themselves. Nobody tells you to go out there and jump offside. Nobody tells you to hold.
Right.
A lot of times we see teams they shoving, they illegal hands to the face because they're getting frustrated. We saw it last night with Baltimore.
And it didn't get thrown in.
But let me throw this at you, though. Patrick Mahomes runs more in 1 month than Tom Brady did in his career.
He did.
So the point that I'm trying to make is that when we're talking about New England, I don't compare the two. Because Patrick Mahomes, again, like Troy Aikman said, he was a runner. Even though you should have gotten a lot more calls than you did, you were a runner. Half the time. Matter of fact, I forgave the officials because even the opposing defenses looked at you and said, damn, do we want to tackle him? Really do? What kind of business decision do we want to make having to tackle this brother? So I get it. Patrick Mahomes is running with the football, though, and you have two Houston Texans players colliding with one another.
But even though he was a runner, once he gives himself up, he still got 15 on his back.
Straight up.
And you can't touch him.
Right.
After that hit, that Trevor Lawrence, they're going to err on the side of caution. You see what happened with Shazier?
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, with Al Shazier.
Yes.
What he did to Trevor Lawrence, they are going to err on the side of caution. Can you imagine if they'd have knocked Patrick Mahomes out of that game and they'd have lost?
But we are in the age of technology, and you could literally see they didn't hit him.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying
We
is,
can
when
see
does
that.
count?
The naked eye can't see that on the field.
They could have reviewed it.
No, you can't review that.
But that's just one penalty, fellas. Like that wasn't just the thing that came down to it. It's a collective. It's okay. What about a holding call on defense?
Okay.
Only 5 yards, but you get a first down.
Yeah.
Right.
You get more opportunities, and that's my point. I'm saying, it's bigger than just penalties. These are really game impacting or game implications that really gives an already good team more opportunity to attack.
Because everybody already feels that the offense gets all the breaks. You can't hit the quarterback, the defenseless receiver, illegal contact, all that other stuff, all those other things, and the defense still got to go out there and try to tackle all these guys playing at a high rate of speed. You're going to make some mistakes. I think because guess what? If the Chiefs go on to win the Super Bowl, everybody going to say, man, it's rigged.
It's rigged. That's the script. That's the script.
Absolutely. This wasn't the first game they were saying they got all the calls. We've been hearing that all season long. All right, we'll leave it there, guys.
Cùng với kênh YouTube của mình và video ngày hôm nay, mình sẽ đi tô màu và những bức tranh của mình tô màu sẽ chắc chắn rất chi là đẹp. Mình sẽ tô rất chi là nhiều những con vật này, mà chủ yếu của mình sẽ tô là con vật rất chi là nhiều. Đấy, đây các bạn hãy xem những con vật của mình. Đây là những sản phẩm của mình tô màu này. Và để tô màu được những sản phẩm tuyệt đẹp gửi tặng đến tất cả các bạn thì không thể nào thiếu được hộp sáp màu. Đây là hộp sáp màu của mình này, mình đã chuẩn bị từ trước rồi. Những màu sắc thật sự là đẹp. Đây các bạn này. Và bây giờ các bạn hãy cùng theo dõi mình tô màu sản phẩm nha.
Thì mình tiếp tục tô màu nha các bạn. một số mắt.
Xin chào tất cả các bạn đã đến với kênh YouTube của mình. Và video ngày hôm nay mình sẽ đi tô màu và những bức tranh của mình tô màu sẽ chắc chắn rất chi là đẹp. Mình sẽ tô rất chi là nhiều những con vật này, mà chủ yếu của mình sẽ tô là con vật rất chi là nhiều. Đấy, đây các bạn hãy xem những con vật của mình. Đây là những sản phẩm của mình tô màu này. Và để tô màu được những sản phẩm tuyệt đẹp gửi tặng đến tất cả các bạn thì không thể nào thiếu được hộp sáp màu. Đây là hộp sáp màu của mình này, mình đã chuẩn bị từ trước rồi. Những màu sắc thật sự là đẹp. Đây các bạn này. Và bây giờ các bạn hãy cùng theo dõi mình tô màu sản phẩm nha.
Thì mình sẽ tiếp tục tô màu các bạn. Không